great job, Pikachu, on taking out that Arceus and that Mewtwo over there. Oh, and the Giratina, the devil incarnation himself. I'm sure this last Pokemon that came to challenge you will be easy cheesy pumpkin lemon squeezy. So alright, Pikachu, use Thunder.
Get over here!
Oh my god! Pikachu! Oh my, it's awful! Pikachu, are you, oh god! How is this Caterpie doing this? Pikachu! What is going on, guys? This is Dobbs here, bringing you another Pokemon video. And in this video, we're gonna go over Ash's top 10 strongest Pokemon. And I gotta give a big shout out to the Dobbs Nation for helping me out with this video, because I really do nothing about the anime. So humongous shout out to Hydra specifically and all of the Dobbs Nation crew. I'll leave a link to Hydra's channel down below, because without him, this video wouldn't be possible. So yeah, humongous shout out to them, and without further ado, let's get started with the video.
Number 10.
Now, starting off this list, we have Ash's Crocodile, and man, this Pokemon is a beast already for this list. Its latest moveset is Dig, Stone Edge, Dragon Claw, and Aerial Ace, so it has a lot of covers for a lot of Pokemon of different types. And I could be wrong on this, but I wouldn't be surprised if his sunglasses are a pair of black glasses, which powers up his dark type moves. So getting bitten by this Crocodile would probably hurt a lot. Now, when it comes to his battling, it is insanely reliable because it has close to a 75% win rate out of all the battles it's done. So if Ash brought his Crocodile to 4 battles, it's probably going to win 3 of them. And only a handful of Ash's Pokemon can say that they're that reliable with that kind of win rate. When it comes to his feats, I would say his most impressive one is defeating Iris's Dragonite after taking a hit from an Ice Beam. And keep in mind, Iris is a prodigy and eventually becomes a champion of the Unova League, so her Pokemon are insanely strong, especially with her Dragonite, which is one of her aces. So it's insane that Crocodile managed to defeat this Pokemon. And we're not going to talk about how Dragonite wasn't really listening to Iris. He still defeated him, okay? And I would say, along with this, a few more noteworthy feats would be defeating Bryson's Beartic and Stefan's Sop. Those 2 Pokemon had a clear type advantage against Crocodile, but they couldn't defeat it. It was just too powerful for them. So yeah, Ash's Crocodile is definitely worthy of this list, and it was very close to Ash's Snorlax because, we all know, Ash's Snorlax knew 5 moves thanks to the Aura Guardians video. But yeah, let's get on with number 9.
Number 9.
Now, this may be controversial, but for number 9, we have Ash's Pikachu. Yes, I know. Now, we all know that Ash's Pikachu is exceptionally strong. Heck, its electric type attacks are so strong that it damages ground type Pokemon. And even Pokemon with an ability that should nullify electric type attacks, its plot armor just breaks all Pokemon logic. But having this kind of plot armor comes with its consequences because it's a double-edged sword for Pikachu. One day, Pikachu can be insanely strong and taking on legendary Pokemon, and the next day, it could be losing to a starter Pokemon that has never battled in its life. And really, this is the main reason why Pikachu is so low on this list. It's just very inconsistent for battling. And yes, I'm going to play that card. Pikachu defeated Tobias's Latios in the Sinnoh League, which is probably one of his most impressive feats if it's ever done. It defeated a legendary Pokemon by a trainer who's a walking Game Shark. But just a few episodes later, it lost to a Snivy that has never battled in his life. And then even after that, just a few more episodes later, it lost to a Panpour, a water-type Pokemon that's probably level 10 using Scratch and Leer. And that's probably the most extreme example of what I mean about the double-edged sword with Pikachu's plot armor. It can be incredibly strong, but it can also be incredibly weak, like pathetically weak. And honestly, I think that's all I need to say for Pikachu. Like, I have a ton of feats, like defeating Drake's Dragonite, or overpowering Tapu Koko's Z-move, or even overcharging Voltner's Electivire with its ability Motor Drive. It actually did damage to that Pokemon. But then you have this very same Pikachu losing to trainers who have less experience than Ash, and Pokemon who have never battled in their lives, like starter Pokemon. So yeah, that double-edged sword really brings it down, and if it weren't for these inconsistencies, it would definitely be number 1. But, if Pikachu was that strong, then why would Ash ever catch any other Pokemon? So there's a reason why it has this kind of weird plot armor to it. But yeah, let me know in the comments, do you agree with me or do you not agree with me? Let me know.
Number 8.
Next up for number 8, we have Ash's Naganadel, which is a pretty awesome Pokemon that Ash owns. Its latest moveset is Thunderbolt, X-Scissor, Sludge Bomb, and Dragon Pulse, which means it has a lot of coverage for a lot of Pokemon. And honestly, the biggest thing that Ash's Naganadel has going for it is that it's the strongest Naganadel that currently exists. Yeah, apparently it went to Ultra Space and trained super hard and evolved into Naganadel and became the strongest to ever be. And it became so strong in Ultra Space that it actually becomes a leader of its entire species from its home planet. And man, I don't think none of Ash's other Pokemon can say that they're the leader of their entire species. Ash's Naganadel is literally Mr. President from its home land. And as for its most impressive feat, I would say it defeating Professor Kukui's Lucario might be its best. His Lucario had the type advantage and also a Dragon Pulse, and somehow the Naganadel came out on top. And just to preface how strong Kukui is, he literally achieved all 8 badges, defeated the entire Ketonian League, and faced against the Elite Four and defeated them all. It was only the champion that stopped him from becoming the champion of the Kanto region, so Kukui is no joke, along with his Pokemon. And on top of that, it also dealt a ton of damage to Tapu Koko, who is the legendary Pokemon that watches over the Alola region. So yeah, Ash's Naganadel definitely deserves a spot in the top 10, and we thought number 8 would be a good spot.
Number 7.
For number 7, we have Ash's Lucario, and yeah, this Lucario is incredibly strong. Now, how Ash received this Lucario was actually from an egg. It was Railu inside of egg that sensed Ash's aura and literally called out to him with his energy, and Ash sensed it and found the egg, and it hatched like almost immediately. And the funny thing about Lucario's egg is that it didn't hatch from multiple trainers. It was waiting for that one trainer that was worthy enough of his strength. And of course, it was Ash, because Ash had a history of being an Aura Guardian in one of the previous movies, so it was the right fit for the Railu. Now, Lucario has some pretty impressive feats, and I would say he has 3 of them that are tied for his best. The first one would be taking down 2 of Chairman Rose's Pokemon at once, and keep in mind, Chairman Rose was previously a Galar champion, so taking down 2 of his Pokemon with ease by himself is next level. The second one would be helping taking down Trinamax Eternatus, and like I've said before, this is like the strongest Pokemon we've ever seen before in any kind of Pokemon media. And then the third one would be holding its own against Mewtwo. It fought Mewtwo and it was doing pretty well. I mean, for fighting Mewtwo at least. And I'm pretty sure it was proven just recently that the Mewtwo in Pokemon Journeys is actually the Mewtwo from the first Pokemon movie. And usually the Pokemon movies are not really canon, but this just confirms the first movie was canon and actually happened. And Lucario fought that Mewtwo, so yeah, this Lucario has some pretty awesome things under his belt. And really, with these kind of feats, it should be a bit higher, but we thought it has some room to grow, so we thought number 7 would be a solid spot for Ash's Lucario. But eventually this Pokemon might make it up to number 4 or 3-ish, or somewhere around there. It is insanely strong.
Number 6.
For number 6, we have Ash's Lycanroc, and yes, this is a very important Pokemon for Ash's team. Now, the reason why Ash's Lycanroc is pretty high in this list is because it's the reason why Ash won the Pokemon League and became champion. It quite literally came down to Ash's Lycanroc versus Gladion's Lycanroc, and somehow Ash's Lycanroc countered Gladion's Lycanroc's counter. And I guess when a counter is stacked by 2 times, it kind of just 1-KOs the other Pokemon, so that's how they won the league. And this is something that none of Ash's other Pokemon have done. Not even Ash's Greninja was able to clutch it out versus Alan's Mega Charizard. And Ash's Greninja is much higher on this list, so yeah, this is a very impressive feat for Lycanroc. And as for other feats, Lycanroc was able to take down 3 of Nando's Pokemon single-handedly in his grand trial. And keep in mind, Kahunas are insanely strong. They're literally chosen by the guardian deities, the Tapus. And they are so strong that they were asked to be the Elite Four for the Alola region. And Nanu happened to decline that, but still, he was offered that. And then I would say finally, Lycanroc has a Red-Eyed State, which is basically a free boost of power. It's like a controlled rage or something. So yeah, without a doubt, Ash's Lycanroc is definitely one of his strongest, and that's why he's number 6 for this list.
Number 5.
For number 5, we have Ash's Sceptile. Yes, this actually surprised me when the Dobbs Nation came to me and showed me this list. I was like, how the heck is Sceptile number 5? And it turns out that it's pretty reliable for Ash. Ash tends to go back to it for very important battles. It was used for the Evergrande Conference, the Battle Frontier, and the Sinnoh League, so yeah, it has done a lot of big battles in Ash's career. And I would say its most impressive feat is that it defeated Tobias's Darkrai. Yes, Tobias's Darkrai. The same one that supposedly took down every gym leader in the region with ease. Oh, and did I mention that Tobias's Darkrai had never lost a battle before? Yes, Sceptile was the first Pokemon to ever defeat it, which is pretty downright crazy when you think about it. And yes, we gotta give credit to Ash's Heracross for landing a humongous Mega Horn, but still, it was Sceptile who took it down. And honestly, that's all I need to say for Sceptile. Sceptile is already number 5 just with those feats. And I would say the closest feat to defeating Tobias's Darkrai is defeating Winona's Altaria when it was 4 times resistant to Grovile's attacks. But other than that, there really isn't much else to say for Sceptile. Sceptile is a beast, which is why it's number 5.
Number 4.
Alright, for number 4, we have Ash's Charizard. Yes, it was inevitable that this Pokemon would be on this list. Now, Charizard was Ash's first overpowered Pokemon for his team, and he became so overpowered that he actually stopped listening to Ash when he evolved into Charmeleon. And it actually took over 60 episodes for Charizard to start listening to Ash because he didn't respect Ash as a worthy trainer. And in that period of time, Charizard just kind of won by itself without getting commands from Ash, so that is just a sign of a very strong Pokemon. Now, for his most impressive feat, I would say going against Nolan's Articuno is probably his best. And I know, it's not officially Nolan's Articuno, but it's still battling under him, so I'm gonna count it. And the reason why this is impressive is because Nolan is a Battle Frontier brain. That is like the equivalent of an Elite Four member. And also, Articuno is a legendary Pokemon. So Charizard being able to defeat an Articuno under a Frontier brain gives it a lot of brownie points for this list. Another feat I would say is that it went toe-to-toe with Iris's Dragonite, one of her strongest Pokemon. And like I mentioned before, Iris became the Unova League champion, and so her Pokemon are insanely strong. And Charizard was able to hold his own against her Dragonite, while she's a Dragon Master. And then finally for his third most impressive feat, I would say taking down 3 of Gary's Pokemon in the Johto League Silver Conference was pretty awesome. Ash was literally down to just 1 Pokemon left, while Gary still had 3, and his Charizard clutched it, and even defeated Gary's Blastoise, which is supposed to be his strongest Pokemon, and it even had a typing advantage, but somehow Charizard just clutched it out. So yeah, Charizard will probably always be one of Ash's aces, and it's been a while since we've seen it last battle. It's been training in the Terra-Pacific Valley for the longest time, so it's probably got even stronger. And maybe in the future in the anime, it'll revisit with Ash and really just stomp everybody on this list after it. But for now, with the current things we've seen it do, it is definitely number 4 for this list, but it still has a lot of potential to be the best.
Number 3.
Coming in at number 3, we have Ash's Infernape. Yes, it is stronger than Charizard. Now, I would say the main thing for Infernape is that it's won the most battles and has like the best win percentage out of all of Ash's Pokemon. As of 2019, it had a win rate of around 85%, so yeah, it is a very reliable Pokemon for Ash's team. And on top of that, this Infernape has been a beast since it was even a Chimchar. Like, even Paul saw its potential, and Paul's a total dickweed who doesn't really care about his Pokemon. And when I say Infernape was a beast even as a Chimchar, like, I'm talking about it took down a Staraptor with ease in that kind of beast. And Staraptor is a 3-stage Pokemon and one of the strongest bird Pokemons in the universe, so yeah. And really, the last thing I need to say for Infernape is that it was confirmed in Pokemon Journeys that it defeated all of Ash's other Fire-type Pokemon. And when I say all of them, it even defeated Charizard. So since we rate Charizard at number 4, that would automatically make Infernape number 3. So yeah, plain and simple, Ash's Infernape is a total beast, and that is why it's number 3 on this list.
Number 2.
For number 2, for runner-up, we have Ash's Greninja, and this Pokemon is insanely strong. Now, Greninja has done something that none of Ash's other Pokemon have done, like, not even Pikachu. And that is that it created such a strong bond with Ash that it elevated to the next level and became Ash Greninja. Like, it literally went Super Saiyan on the other Greninjas in the Pokemon world. It became something that no other Greninja has done before. So just with that, I would say it is ranked number 2, and its feats don't really matter. But for the sake of the video, I'm gonna go over his feats as well. Now, I would say by far his most impressive feat is going against Diantha's Mega Gardevoir and holding its own. And like we know, Diantha is the champion of the Kalos League, and her Mega Gardevoir is a Mega Pokemon. And the fact that Ash Greninja was able to go toe-to-toe and even overpower its Shadow Ball with his Water Shuriken is insanely impressive. And then I would say after that, his second best feat would be that was applied in the Pokemon League, that it took down every single Pokemon by itself, except for the one trainer who had the Mega Absol. It literally just swept everything and then went against Alan's Mega Charizard, which is an insanely strong Pokemon in itself. So yeah, Greninja has its own form, it went against a champion's Pokemon, a Mega Pokemon for that matter, and it swept every Pokemon trainers in a Pokemon League, who are supposed to be the strongest of them all. So yeah, Ash's Greninja is insanely strong, and definitely is warranted for number 2 on this list. But I would say it's not as strong as number 1.
Number 1.
Alright, so for the strongest Pokemon that Ash owns, it is his Dragonite from Pokemon Journeys. And yeah, his newly obtained Dragonite is by far and undoubtedly his strongest Pokemon. It is insane. First of all, it is undefeated. It hasn't lost a single battle since it's joined Ash's team. And keep in mind, Ash has been revisiting a ton of strong trainers from the past, and his Dragonite have been fighting all of them and winning. Like, just for example, in the World Coronation Series against Karina, it took down her Mayanshao and her Mega Lucario. And just to grasp on how powerful Mega Lucario was in this battle, it was literally throwing power-up punch after power-up punch, and it probably had a +6 in its attack. Not to mention that it probably had the ability Adaptability, which powers up moves of the same type. So it was punching with max attack, stab, adaptability punches, and Dragonite just took all of these, which is just downright insane. Another feat would be that it held its own against a Gigantamax Centiskorch without even Dynamaxing itself, which in itself is absurd. And really, the last feat I need to mention is that it went against Iris's Dragonite, the very same one that went toe-to-toe with Charizard. But in this case, Ash's Dragonite won the battle. It literally defeated a Dragon Master who's a champion Dragonite, which is honestly insane. I mean, Ash Greninja never officially defeated the Mega Gardevoir owned by Diantha, but this Dragonite took down Iris's own Dragonite, and she is the champion. So yes, Ash's Dragonite is definitely his strongest Pokemon that he owns. So if you ever wondered which Pokemon is the strongest, well, now you know. It is 100% his Dragonite. And it makes me wonder, what next Pokemon will top this one? Maybe Ash will catch a legendary in the future. Who knows? And there you go, Ash's top 10 strongest Pokemon. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to watch more, check out my parody video about Ash being in the Pokemon games. It's pretty funny. And also don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell to be notified for future uploads. And yeah, that's all for this video, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.